Ever feel like you're running a race with no finish line? Like you're sprinting, giving it everything you've got, but the end keeps slipping further away? It's as if every time you get close, someone moves the goalposts, and you're left chasing after a promise that never quite materializes. You did everything right: school, degree, job, hard work, checking every box you were told would lead to success. Yet the rewards you were promised always seemed just out of reach, like a mirage on the horizon. The diploma, the job offer, the promotion, they come, but the sense of arrival never does. The finish line keeps moving, no matter how fast you run. Every milestone achieved just reveals another, even further away. It's a race that never ends, and the rules keep changing as you go. This isn't just tiredness, it's a deep exhaustion that defines our generation. It's a fatigue that seeps into your bones, making even rest feel unproductive. Millennial burnout isn't a buzzword, it's our reality. It's the silent epidemic that so many of us carry, often hidden behind forced smiles and endless to-do lists. It turns joys into chores and hobbies into hustles. The things that once brought us happiness now feel like just another obligation, another item to monetize or optimize. We were told hard work would build a life, but the work never ends, and the life part keeps getting postponed. The dream of balance feels more distant with every passing year. We're stuck in a cycle of endless tasks, never feeling done. The checklist refills as soon as it's cleared, and the sense of accomplishment is fleeting. The laundry piles up, the inbox refills, and the pressure to optimize every moment leaves us depleted. Even downtime feels like it needs to be productive, or else it's wasted. The map we were given doesn't match today's landscape. Economic uncertainty, social pressures, and digital overload. The world we prepared for no longer exists, and we're left to navigate a maze with no clear path. We're the first generation raised fully online, always on, always performing. Our lives are lived in public, measured in likes, shares, and constant comparison. It's not just a complaint, it's a diagnosis. The struggle is real, and it's affecting our minds, our bodies, and our sense of self. The rules changed, and we're left feeling behind no matter how hard we try. It's like playing a game where the instructions keep getting rewritten. Let's talk about it, pull back the curtain on this shared exhaustion. Because when we name it, we can start to understand it, and maybe even heal from it. This isn't about blame, it's about validation. It's about recognizing that what you're feeling is real, and it matters. Your struggle is part of a bigger story. You're not just an individual facing this alone. There's a whole generation feeling the same weight. Your exhaustion is real, and you're not alone. There's strength in sharing our stories and finding community in our challenges. By naming it, we can start to dismantle it, one small, intentional step at a time. Healing doesn't happen overnight, but it begins with honesty and self-compassion. We can imagine a new finish line, one we define for ourselves. A finish line that isn't about perfection, but about progress and self-acceptance. It's time to reclaim our narrative. Let's begin, together, with hope, and on our own terms. Burnout isn't just a bad week or being tired after work. The World Health Organization calls it a syndrome from chronic, unmanaged stress, exhaustion, cynicism, and reduced efficacy. But for millennials, burnout goes beyond the office. It seeps into every part of life, turning downtime into more work. We're like smartphones with faulty batteries, never fully charged. Raised on high expectations, we hit a reality of debt, recession, and instability. Burnout thrives in the gap between promise and reality. It's not laziness, it's system overload, a mind out of bandwidth. Millennial burnout is the slow erosion of self under impossible expectations. What built this exhaustion? How did we get to a place where tiredness feels like a permanent state, not just a passing phase? Start with student debt, a ticket to the middle class that became a lifelong burden. For many, the promise of education turned into years of repayments, shaping every financial decision and casting a shadow over dreams. Hustle culture tells us to monetize every moment, glorifying overwork as virtue. Productivity is idolized, and rest is seen as laziness, pushing us to always do more, be more, achieve more. Social media amplifies the pressure, making us feel behind in a race we never chose. Every scroll is a reminder of what we lack, fueling comparison and self-doubt. Job insecurity means constant vigilance, no room to relax, always hustling for the next gig. The gig economy promises freedom, but often delivers anxiety and instability. Technology, meant to help, keeps us tethered to work 24/7. Notifications never stop, and the expectation to respond instantly never fades. The line between work and home is gone. Emails at midnight, Slack on weekends. Our bedrooms have become our offices, and our downtime is invaded by pings and alerts. We're never truly off, never able to recharge. Even sleep is interrupted by worry and the glow of our screens. This always-on culture is a direct cause of our burnout. The cycle repeats day after day, leaving us drained and disconnected. The architects of our anxiety are everywhere: debt, hustle, comparison, insecurity, and tech. They shape our routines, our relationships, and even our sense of self. The result? A generation running on empty, trying to keep up with impossible expectations. And it's not just you. This exhaustion is shared, woven into the fabric of our generation's experience. Meet Sarah, a 32-year-old designer living in a bustling city. She's creative, ambitious, and always connected, just like so many of us. Her day starts before she's even out of bed, checking emails, scrolling through social media, and instantly comparing herself to the highlight reels of others. The pressure to keep up begins before her feet touch the floor. On her commute, she listens to productivity podcasts, hoping for inspiration but feeling guilty for not doing more, not being more. The world tells her to hustle, and she listens. At work, she juggles multiple projects, eats lunch at her desk, and worries about layoffs. The constant notifications and deadlines never seem to pause, even for a moment. A rent hike text sends her into a budget spiral. Maybe she needs to take on more freelance work or cut back on essentials. The anxiety about money is always lurking in the background. She finishes the day drained, but work follows her home. Slack messages, side gigs, and an endless list of to-dos. The line between work and life has all but disappeared. Dinner is takeout, eaten on the couch. Relaxing means more screen time, catching up on shows, scrolling, or answering late-night emails. By bedtime, her mind races with worries, finances, deadlines, self-doubt, and the fear of falling behind. Sleep doesn't come easy. This isn't an unusually hard day. For Sarah, it's just Tuesday, a routine that repeats itself week after week. For Sarah and millions like her, this is normal. The always-on lifestyle is the new standard for a generation. The cycle of pressure and anxiety is relentless, leaving little room for rest or reflection. Burnout is the quiet crisis of modern life, creeping in slowly but affecting more people than ever before. Burnout isn't just stress, it's a deep, unshakable exhaustion. You wake up tired, every decision feels monumental. Anxiety hums in the background. Never productive enough, never good enough. Your body feels it, tight chest, racing heart, constant tension. Joy fades, everything feels like a chore. You detach, cancel plans, retreat, not because you don't care, but because you're empty. The worst part? The self-blame. We internalize the pressure, thinking we're failing. The harder we push, the more burnt out we get. It's a vicious cycle that erodes self-esteem. Burnout convinces us we're the problem when the system is broken. There's no magic fix for burnout, but small changes matter. Start with boundaries. Set a time to stop checking work messages, turn off notifications, create work-free zones, protect your time and energy, challenge the need to be productive every moment, embrace doing nothing. Walk without a podcast, read for pleasure, let your mind wander. Idleness isn't wasted, it's essential for restoration. Reconnect with your body. Stretch, walk, dance, whatever feels good. Take care of basics, water, food, sleep. Practice self-compassion, you're not a machine. When overwhelmed, ask, what's the kindest thing I can do for myself right now? Sometimes it's rest, sometimes it's saying no. Shift your inner voice from criticism to kindness. Healing starts with small, intentional acts. You deserve it. Remember, you're not alone in this. Burnout is a collective experience, not a personal failing. Community is the antidote. Share your story, talk openly, and break the shame. Find your people, friends, networks, online spaces where you can be real. Offer and receive support, validation, and advice. Our generation is leading the conversation on mental health and work-life balance. We're challenging old models and demanding better. Every act of rest is resistance, a declaration that you are more than your job. Celebrate small victories, leaving work on time, choosing rest, saying no. These are not failures, they're steps toward healing. Together, we can rewrite the rules. We can build a community of care. And finally, we can thrive.